But I guess my goal is... Wow. Wait a minute. I don't have... I was like, wow, this NPC is a style-in. And then I realized it's Toontown. Oh wow, beautiful. Who is he? All Poogie's here. Sweat, grime, and blood. A reek of blood and adventure, unless I am mistaken, what brings you to Wineport. The paper smells of loam and perfume, coast and dust soul, and there is also the unmistakable odor. Oh god. I'm like, you know, now that I say that word is weird. Of golden cheese. Yes, Master Gege Ruju would not settle for anything less than the best. Joyce Waits and his crew must be quite busy preparing an exotic feast, hence his decision to rely on an adventurer. But perhaps you are confused. This display of deduction was not intended to impress you. When one loses his vision, he is forced to compensate in other ways. But you have no interest in my affairs. You wish only to discuss the wine, I suspect. Oh, hello again. What is it? It's just a leaf, isn't it? I only chose it because it was pretty. Didn't know it was rare. Found them near the Juggernaut to the south. But I didn't see any grapevines. Saw fresh goo-goo tracks though. Maybe the leaves came from vines growing on the back of one such beast? If you go looking for it, please be careful. Some goo-goos are more territorial than others, and you may have to defend yourself. I mean, we totally fought one already. We'll be fine. Chismoon. What did Dress have to say by me? Tell me everything. Aha, I was right. The smell and the texture. I hold in my hands Waka's grapevine cutting. Please. Come now, enough of this nonsense. I've heard of your discovery, and I refuse to believe that a common adventurer and a novice vintner could... Oh, I just noticed his little mustache. 12 as my witness. It is Bacchus grapevine. Wherever did you find this fantastic specimen? He's like, pay up. What? You would offer this to me? But why? Oh, never mind. He was offering it. There is none better positioned to reconstruct the Bacchus vineyards than you, Master Bargullet. You have the resources, the knowledge, and the passion to do so. It would be selfish of me to keep this cutting. I never knew you cared so deeply about your craft. Thank you, good sir. I will not squander this great gift. Just a few years' time, I swear that every tyrant of Ursia will once again be clamoring for a cask of Wineport's legendary Bacchus wine. I like his shades. Sir, you needn't... Sniff, wait. The shape of this bottle, the scent of the label, this couldn't possibly be 1547 Bacchus? But that's impossible. This vintage has not been seen since years before the calamity. It was the crown jewel of my personal collection. For years I debated opening it, wondering if today or tomorrow would be the ideal time. But now I realize that it was never meant for me. It should be savored by the saviors of Wineport, I say. He has made us an offer we cannot refuse. Master Gegaruju will find no finer wine. You have forever changed Wineport, Thyminet. Thank you for your kindness and your generosity. You know, we've been like just venturing and then like getting all these food items and this wine that I totally forgot Titan was even on the menu. But do not permit me to delay you any longer. Pray deliver the wine to Captain Waistkite. Great work. No, you. Oh yes. I would very much like to drink it, but I am a patient man. I have faith that one day I shall have another opportunity to taste perfection. Props to you for enduring the segment. This is where people quit, really? I was on a mission to get to Titan. But then I was like, okay, you know, I enjoy food. I guess, like, it is a constant back and forth for freaking all these fetching things, but I think it helped that it was food related, because I do like me food, except for when it gives me food poisoning. Oh my god, you're right, Matella. Me over here just picking up random side quests. You're right, you're right. Your prolonged absence was beginning to concern me. So what of the wine I was asked you to bring? Right. Keep the quest coming. They are pretty long though. Is that 7 Hells? A 1547 Bacchus. Even I know how rare that is. I have to admit, I didn't think you had it in you, but congratulations. Thanks to you, this will be the most luxurious feast Costa del Sol has seen in years. Considering the length you went to, I hope our guests appreciate it. Speaking of which, your associate arrived a short while ago. She appears to be growing somewhat impatient. Perhaps you could tell her the banquet is about to begin. Oh! What? A Gubu Sproutling has been known to attack kittens for no apparent reason. Wonka W. Oh boy, new minion. Sorry, Yoshitola, you're gonna have to wait. This is very important. Aw, I like my little airship though. We've been through a lot together, airship. You're my first minion. Look at its face. It's so cute. Alright, alright. Me and my goog. Oh, wow, rude. I'm taking a photo here. Watch as he moves again. Oh, I knew it. Me here being like, oh, me and my goo-goo, and then he just leaves. Airship was more cooperative. These people are running. Come. Oh, little tiny feet. Me. It's like me running because I have short legs. Okay, you're Shola. Wow. Hello? Why are there sexy ladies here? I like how the preview is just these sexy ladies, and then it says, your stall is concerned for your well-being. You have the luck of one woman who has seen the seventh hell and back. I guess that a guest should be expected to supply the victuals of a banquet held in her own honor. And this while the Shadow Titan looms over us all, in beggar's belief. I only applaud you for your stoicism. Had I been asked to endure such ignominy, I fear I should have accepted my lot with less grace. The shark. I like that smile. Lady, you stole a Lady Nat. Whoa. Ow. I feel like that would hurt your, like, shins. 1,000 pardons for this extreme discourtesy. I was wholly unaware of your true identity, madame. Had I known, I would never have permitted my man to subject you to such unspeakable ordeals. Sure. Come now, she must have sensed something was amiss. You didn't seriously think I would send you running the length of the breadth of Erzia for a banquet, did you? I don't know. What else do you expect me to think? Spare your mockery, Captain. Your intent was unclear to me until this moment, and unlike me, Thyminet has no knowledge of your traditions. Mayhap you be so good as to enlighten her. You gotta keep playing so you can understand why there are multiple Yashtolas. And you went Rathalos? Yeah, I went Rathalos too. That's fair. I want to keep playing so I can see what these other duties slimes are doing and like why people are deep in this pit. And the story. I'm trying to get through story to see what the story is. Hey, fair is fair. There's no sense in hiding it any longer. We 5 were chosen by our brothers and sisters, and before the company of the heroes disbanded, we each swore solemn oath that any who would follow in our footsteps must be weighed and measured, not by their reputation but by their deeds. Each man who judged these would be godslayers by his own criteria. If even one found her wanting, she would be rejected without a second thought. But if she proved herself worthy, we swore that we would do our utmost to support her cause. The world has ever been full of brave souls eager to give their lives for a righteous cause, but all too few capable of making a difference with their sacrifice. To send wave after wave of hapless adventurers into the jaws of foe against whom they have no hope of victory is worse than futile. Titan is not one to be challenged lightly, and we will not be complicit in the deaths of the unworthy. Which is why the 5 of you deigned to test Thyminet with such commendable thoroughness. Time well spent, I am sure. Was it time well spent, though? But tell us, Captain, what is it? What is the assessment of you and your fellows? She's a brave one, that much is certain. She willingly walked into the midst of dangers despite my repeated warnings that it could cost her her life. Her skill is undeniable. She stalked her prey as relentlessly as a child of the sands, and struck with precision with an opportunity presented itself. Too many adventurers these days care only for fortune and glory. Thyminet, however, is a kind and generous soul. I'm certain she has no shortage of loyal allies who will gladly fight at her side. Woolly Uplander is talentful landsmaker, tricksy foe for mighty rockmen. I can only concur with my colleagues' assessments. We 5 of the company of heroes hereby judge you worthy challenger. Cast down the Lord of Crag's Thyminet and write a new chapter in the history of Urzia. Wow. I want a new hat. With the formalities out of the way, let the festivities begin. Summon the dancers. Pour the wine. Eat, drink, and be merry, my friends. For today we celebrate the birth of a new legend. Thyminet, Titan's Bane. That's me. Hello? You know, the top is like so neutral that it almost looks like a nude color. Congratulations, sweetling. Now relax and enjoy the show. It's only just begun. Partake in the feast. Tasty fresh treats are plentiful in belly of brave flocks. It feels wonderful to be with the others again. I wish this day would never end. Ooh, ah. Looks tasty. Oh, the shark, another shot of the shark. Ooh, cute. Tasting this exotic feast triggers a divine revelation. In that brief transcendent moment, you glimpse the true form of reality, comprehend its fleeting nature, and cry out the heavens in celebration. Yeah. When you face the Lord of Crags, think not of Limpsalon Mesa, Urzia, or anything beyond this chamber. Think only of the men and women by your side. Fight for them and they will fight for you. Remember that no great victory has ever achieved alone. Goodly Uplander must be facing mighty rockman with clever fighty think. Gobbyflock cannot be coming to rescue this time. Oh, Thyminet, you brave fool. Promise me that when you meet Titan, you look him in the eye and tell him Landonell sends his regards. You are a veteran of countless battles. This is but one more. Trust in your experience and you will prevail. We're blessed with a fortitude to rival the earth itself. Titan will struggle to break you, I think. kind to indulge them, Thyminet. This banquet is as much for a company as it is for you, whatever they may claim. We do not deny that they mean well, but now is scarcely the time for a celebration. Though they have all but pronounced you the victor, the battle with Titan has yet to begin. The hour has come for the good captain to make good on his promise. We must speak with him again. You must be eager to face Titan. As promised, we will show you the way. Travel to Bronze Lake in Upper Noski. There you will meet with Ryle, another man who once served with the company. To ensure that this knowledge does not fall into the wrong hands, he will remain in hiding until you have given him the correct signal. Give me your map. You must whistle loudly at the 3 locations I mark. Only then will he appear, meet you as his fourth location. I realize this may seem excessive now, but you will see that is more than reasonable once you comprehend the risks inherent in our method. Well, even more stuff to do. I was only gonna play like maybe an hour? Look where we are now, Thyminet blasted. Oh my god, I forgot all about her. I forgot that this quest was locked because of my level. And then I never came back. You know, when I was like doing main story quests, I was like, wonder what happened to that girl the whole time. And then now I see it was this class specific quest was locked. No wonder I forgot. No wonder I never figured out what happened to her. I went tunnel vision into main story quest with a side of side quests, but not these quests. Like, look, all these things, I don't need them anymore. I've already grown up. I hear an engine. Look, is that a chica? Oh my god, it is a chica. Oh, chica. Chica has been spotted. I know, Chica's so funny. It's like, I'm just like standing here like fixing my hotbar and then I hear an engine. I'm like, oh. Is that a Chica? She's just watching over me. You're living through the plot of Predator. Always watching. Look at me. Chica has landed. Oh. Who's that? It's a Vitella. Hey, Vicky. Wow. It was like Vitella just standing there suddenly. Say hi to your minion. I'm trying. Aww. I remember seeing these in Tim Tam's house. Yeah, I hear the squeaking. It's so cute. Lol. I love it. Wait, Iki's here too, what? I saw Iki point at me. Wow, What a cool tarot. I know, Vitella. That's why my brother was saying that I might like Astros because of like the stars and stuff and all that jazz. Wow. Oh, there's a bunch of them. Wow, I like your horn, Zuki. Oh my god, is that a hammy? It looks like a hammy. I want it. Okay. Made it. Greetings, lass. Will you be the one that Captain said would come calling? I thought so. Pay attention now, cause I ain't spun myself twice. Years ago, when we was weighing up how to get to Titan, one of our scouts stumbled across this beastman, Aetherite. See? Huh? What's that look for? Not familiar with them? He speaks of an amplified Aetherite, which has been claimed by a beast tribe. Lest you wonder, there is no fundamental difference between such Aetherites and those which have used on countless occasions. Oh, well, if it ain't the Charlian lass, welcome back. Forgive me for interrupting. I had planned to await your report, but I succumbed to curiosity. Tunnels beneath Gormoro form a bewildering labyrinth that no outsider has ever fully explored. How the company of heroes managed to navigate is a mystery I have long pondered. Wow, who is she? This guy reminds you of pirate outfits of Disney Sea. Kinda does, yeah. I see it. I see it. Haha, we get it. Huh. Give us a bit of credit, love. We weren't daft enough to try going in the front. Kobolds were always digging new tunnels and filling the old ones with traps. One wrong step, and the next thing you know, you got 100 tons of rock on your noggin. Suicide to even try, see? Funny thing was, the kobolds didn't seem to have no trouble finding their way around, and it was that that's got us thinking. I mean, Ugamaru mines are like a bleeding city, ain't they? And getting around the city that big would be a right pain in the arse if you didn't have that Aetherite, wouldn't it? So it stood to the reason that kobolds must have one, didn't it? A lot of questions there. Even if there were Aetherite shards in the depths of the Ogoro, you would have needed to attune yourself to them before you could identify their signatures within the live stream. Oh well, that's where you're wrong, love. We had this Charlian bloke to help us see, delivered us right into Titan's bedchamber, he did. I don't really know how he did it, but I do remember him saying it weren't nothing any Charlian scholar worth her salt couldn't manage. Did he know? Did he now? Locating a beacon in the absence of a known signature might be possible if the Aetherites in question happen to be yes. But in order to guide a traveler to said beacon safely, a second party would be required to... Is it possible in theory, at least? I cannot be certain until I try. Plainly, all will depend upon whether or not I am worth my soul. Oh, you were last. Don't you worry about that. Have a bit of faith in yourself. Why don't ye all go to Zelma's Run and take a closer look at the Aetherite? It ain't far, though there's sure to be a few kobolds blocking the way. Not you can't handle mine. And the chase for Titan continues. Oh. Oh, back into the danger zone. Oh, it's the shiny thing that I noticed earlier. Beastman. Aetherite. So this is the Aetherite the company of heroes used to gain access to in Sanctuary. Pretty. It is as Papalimo speculated. In its present state, the Aetherite signal will not be strong enough for our purpose. I may, however, be able to use my own energies to amplify it. Alas, the task will monopolize my attention for a duration. It seems you will have to proceed without me, Thyminet. I must needs remain here to supplement this beacon's power, lest you denied your only path of escape. Fear not, I will summon the Maelstrom forces stationed nearby to protect us. Whatever it is possible that I may be able to stabilize the Aetherite signal, and thereby join you, albeit belatedly. Until such time as I do, you will be on your own. She's gonna come at the very end, like, the other guy that I read. Now let us see if I am worth my salt. I located another beacon, one far below the mountain. I can only speculate as to what you will find there, so stint not in your preparation. Naval now accessible. A new regular duty has been added to the duty finder and duty support. Pog, we finally made it. Chief from Trobits. Oh, hello. So non-MSQ Titan is an 8. Yeah, I got White Mage unlock on Tuesday when I was going through Mead's story. Luckily, I remember all my hotkeys because since I got so many new skills, I am not used to them yet. You don't have UTTV anymore? You got rid of it? Or... I think so. Like an overdweller. Yes. An invader from above. She uses her aethers against us. She has defiled Titan's sacred sanctuary. Trespassed, violated, defiled. Overdwellers must leave. Overdwellers must fly. Oh, they kind of look cute. Brothers and sisters, fear her not. Her fate shall be decided by the Lord of Crags. Are they like raccoons in here? Or like giant rats? Hear me, Overdweller. You and your treacherous brethren must be held to account for the breaking of the covenant. You shall be first to face judgment. The Limsalom needs to end her up. Oathbreakers, liars, betrayers, oathbreakers. Oh, great father, Lord of Crags, Titan, we summon you. Titan, we summon you. Oh, great father, Lord of Crags, Titan, we summon you. Titan, we summon you. Oh, cat jam. They are pretty dang cute. I can't type tab to type cat jam because it'll make the game lag when I tab, so. Well, there he is. Crag Lord Goldie. He is come, he is come. The Lord of Crags Titan has come. Oh, time for the Kirby voice. If I can remember how I did it. You know, I like do it like not very often that I always forget. Overdweller, art thou deaf of their weeping? Thy white kind Okovic, ever the boasting of the land and the murders of my children, and by the score, all in service to greed. Such sins are beyond pardon. Ah, but I am not the first to suffer thy defiance. Thou didst bring effort low. Godless Overdweller, thy myriad heresies shall not go unpunished. Upon thee shall I wreak a terrible vengeance. That's our new real name, right? I'm like, excuse me, I changed my plate thingy. Okay. Rain check has commenced. I think I'm ready. Oh, I changed the other one though, the portrait. Oh, hold on. And people around. Interrupted, I see. I just see the rock and I just think of the human. Oh, this one is a little tougher. I've been rocked. Lord cries, great father, Titan has fallen. In that duty, my cure 3 was like grayed out, so I had to get used to using my cure 2. The crimes of the overdwellers shall never be forgiven, never be forgotten. No, no, never. 'Twas your kin who broke the covenant. We have acted only in defense of our lands. Cease your aggression, or never will be peace. Until our dying breaths, we shall defy you, deny, decry, defy. Bye. Oh. Time for another Kermit.
These are now the greetings one would expect of an Akon. I have seen enough. We proceed as planned. Are you sure that is wise, my lord? Your curiosity is untested and unproven. We do not yet know its true capabilities. And trust in mine, Ritatin. My curiosity is, you so eloquently to put it, would have bested Titan in a blink of an eye. Why, is there the truth of the legends, it could readily subjugate the whole Verzia, given but a little while longer. Is that so? It is. No greater single power has ever been convinced, much less realized. What you say may be well true, but while such devices may win battles, I do not believe they will serve the change in the course of this war. Oh, but they will. Have a little faith, my friend. They're all correct. I cannot endorse this course of action. Ooh. And now she has the 4th. Fascinating. Carry on, Crystal Bearer. Far though you have come, your work is far from done. Oh.
And naught remained to mark his passing. Well, Nassians are nothing if not elusive. It is of little wonder that they should cast advanced teleportation magics at will. But that they would choose to consort with the Empire. What common goal can they possibly share? Hunch. I fear I might arrive too late. But I see you have the matter well in hand. I've taken measures to ensure that we are not pursued, yet I cannot say how long they will hold. Take your leave while the kobolds are still in disarray. I will follow anon. There is something I must investigate before I depart. I will teleport you to Aetherite in Zalma's Run, and we will rendezvous at Camp Bronze Lake. Agreed? Wow. Well, my committee. My team. I'm gonna get that photo. I got Metallo in the back with the glow sticks. And thank you for the carry. She was positively sick. During this fight, you did a dumb move and flipped off the rock. You can do that? Oh, it's the kobolds. Oh, chinka chinka. Yeah, when I... Oh, maybe that's why. So when I was in there, my cure 3 was like unusable. Was there a reason? Is there a reason why? One 1,500 trip points. Oh, the kobolds. It sinks you to a level. Okay. Yeah, I was wondering. Maybe it was something that was like locked. Like, why are you guys bullying me? I was just hanging out with my friends. Okay, Iggy, that makes sense. Thank you. Good thing I had my other cures on my hotbar. Cause that would have been bad if I went in there and I only had one. I'm relieved to see you well, but come, let us discuss our next step. Though word will already have reached Maelstrom Command, protocol requires that a representative of our order inform the High Commander of the mission's success. The honor is rightfully yours, Thyminet. Once again, I must commend you on a job well done. We shall speak again soon. I'm going back, Chinka. I like the music in Limsa. Thank you for coming, Thyminet. Word of your triumph reached me some while ago. But I am pleased to have it personally confirmed. First Ifrit and now Titan. Truly, when I think of your achievements, I feel the loss of warriors of light less keenly. And there can be no greater compliment than that. You and your order are heroes. You all them Salamisa are forever in your debt. I should relay the details of the report to Admiral forthwith. Please send my regards to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Wow. I mean, this has been Philia. Shola has informed me of your success. You have won a great victory for the people of Erzia, one that shall not be forgotten. And what is more, both you and your shall emerge from Ogoromoro unscathed. Why, Tataru and the others seemed as glad of that as they did of the Titan's fall. You can look forward to a hero's welcome. We'll be waiting your return at the Waking Sands. There's much to discuss. Godspeed.